So I'll tell you about a Psilocybin experience I had this summer, and you heard it last night at the play because you were there. So, but I'll tell it to this group. So I'm lying on I'm in San Francisco on a speaking trip, and I have a day off, and so I'm using the day to have a Psilocybin experience with a therapist whose name is François. I'm at a friend's house, and this is where I said to the guide, "You better give me a big whack, because I have a very thick mind," you know. So she does. And 2 hours later, I'm lying there on the mat, curled up like a baby, sobbing. And I'm looking at François, realizing that her name is François, that she's a therapist. I'm having a mushroom experience. My name is Gabor. I'm 71 years old, and so on and so forth. I'm fully aware of present reality, but at the same time, I'm in the configuration of a baby who's crying and all curled up. Tears are coming down my face, and I'm looking at François, and I know she's not my mother, but she is my mother. So I'm there simultaneously. I'm there as adult and infant. And the difference between François and my birth mother is that this mother, François, can actually receive and hear my deepest grief, which is my mother couldn't. And that's why I disconnected. And I say to her, François, mother, I say to her, "I'm so sorry for having made your life so difficult." So that's me, as a 6-month-old, as a 1-year-old Jewish infant under Nazi occupation, with a mother whose parents died in Auschwitz and whose husband is away in a forced labor camp. And her terror and her unhappiness, I take on as my fault. I am so sorry for having made your life so difficult. That's the original guilt. That's the original sin, if you like, that we all suffer from, that we couldn't make our parents happy. It's got nothing to do with anything we did. And so that original shame goes back that early, before we had any concept of right or wrong. The baby goes into a shame state, which is to say that shame is all about disconnection from love, before you did anything wrong. Now, when you reconnect with the love, as I talked about, guess what? You're overcoming the shame. So the answer to shame is love. The answer to shame is love. In the absence of love, we experience shame.